Hey, thanks for coming to the blog and seeing what I'm making here. I'm just doing a basic golden black card that we're going to emboss. Just, not a lot of color, but it's just very elegant and simple as it is. So I start off, I've got all my pieces cut, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use some embossing powder over the black. This powder is, it's just talcum powder in a bag, but what it does is that when you stamp your image with the Versamark, it allows you to have the ink go on very precisely, and then when you put the powder on, it allows the powder to only stick where this Christmas tree image is. So, sometimes when you emboss, you kind of get that little, those little specks showing up other places than your stamped image, and the embossing powder helps to alleviate that. So So here I've got it on there. I'm flicking it off to get the extra powder off because I just want the image that I stamped on. And then I'm going to take it and put it on this board. This is a cool idea I got from somebody. You just take a piece of cardboard and cover it with tinfoil. And then I just use clothespins to hold my items on there. And that way my hands don't get burned and I can heat things up. And the foil helps it to evenly and consistently heat the paper on both sides. So I'm sorry, so much of this is coming off of the camera, but what I'm going to do now is I got out my little foam pad and my paper piercer, and I'm poking holes in the middle of several of the flowers, and this is where I'm going to put my gold brads in. So the only way to reach that far into the paper is to use the paper piercer and the foam pad there. So now I'm going to get my brads and put them on. Just kind of gives it a little festive look with some gold baubles on the tree. And now I'm just going to put it all together and do the layers. I'm using dimensionals, I believe, on the back of here. And sometimes it's hard to peel off that second side of the dimensional. And I've learned that if you crease it with your fingernail, press into it with your fingernail and create a crease, it helps that little wax paper to come off when you go to peel it off so that it's not so tedious. And then I'm just going to evenly square it up and put it right onto my gold paper. Give it a nice frame. So my gold paper here is about 1/4 of an inch larger than the black paper on the length and the width. Just up at about 1/4 of an inch. So I've already pre-scored this card to make the fold nice, and then I use the bone folder to get a nice good crease on it. And I'm just assembling everything and putting it together now. So I'm just going to stick this gold part with some snail right to the black cardstock, and then I'm going to put dimensionals behind the black cardstock to make it pop up and come off the card. I always turn it over and rub it on the back side because the extra friction from me rubbing helps the snail to stick better on the paper. So I've just kind of gotten in the habit of doing that to make that contact more secure with the snail adhesive. So I've got this old organdy ribbon, and I'm just going to tie it in a square knot on the front and then stick it to the front of the card. And square knot is left over right, right over left. Sorry you don't get to see me do that, but there's a little bit of it. Snip off the ends. Now I'm kind of the feeling that a straight cut on your ribbon is kind of masculine, an angled diagonal cut is kind of feminine, and then for the holidays and something you want to really frou-frou up, you fold that ribbon in half and cut it and kind of get a fishtail cut. And so I chose to do the fishtail cut on this. So there you go. There it is finished. I hope you have fun trying to make this yourself. Thanks.